So what does it really take to move the needle forward in your business? Do you even know? I know for the longest time, I had no idea. I found that I was really caught up in vanity metrics. Hi, I'm Archield, and I love working with women who are playing at the intersection of spirituality, lifestyle, and business. And today we're jumping into the idea of vanity metrics and what actually moves your business forward. So I guess we need to start out with, what are vanity metrics? Well, those would be things like having so many likes on a post, or hearts, or any kind of reaction whatsoever on a post or a video. Any of those things are vanity metrics. How many fans or followers or subscribers that you have, even email subscribers. Those are all vanity metrics. And when I'm saying vanity metrics here, they're metrics that in the end, moving the needle forward on your business, likely don't matter. And in my case, really don't matter. So if you're not following me or a fan or whatever it is on any of my social media, definitely, please subscribe, fan me, follow me, whatever it takes. I am definitely not shunning vanity metrics. I'm just saying, in the greater scheme of things, to move the needle forward in my business, it's not as big of a deal as people would lead you to believe. So let me tell you why. Why are they trying to distract you with a focus on these vanity metrics? So if you look at something like YouTube, once you hit 100 subscribers, that's a milestone that unlocks several things in YouTube. Once you hit 1,000 subscribers and a certain number of watch hours, that unlocks monetization. At least it still does, August 2019. Now, things change over time. These platforms change what they do over time and what doesn't unlock at different levels. Why are they trying to make you focus on vanity metrics? Because they want as many eyes on their platform as possible so they can collect advertising revenue, right? That's why it's such a big deal for them. That's why they set these hurdles for you to go through, and that's why they want you focusing on vanity metrics. Now, what should you actually be focusing on if it's not those vanity metrics that unlocks all these wonderful things on these various platforms? I would love for you to actually focus on what moves the needle in your business. And chances are, what moves the needle in your business is when people buy from you. Did that seem a little revolutionary? Yes, that's what moves the needle forward in your business. So you need to know what you do in your business on a daily basis that moves someone from being a stranger to a buyer. That's what moves the needle forward. Nothing else. And how many strangers to buyers do you need? Of course, this changes from business to business. And this is one of those metrics you need to really figure out for yourself. Though I'm going to go with some broad strokes throughout the rest of this video. For the most part, you need to have sustainability in your business. Your business must sustain itself, and it must sustain you financially. So enough money has to be coming in to pay for all the business expenses, to pay for your living expenses, and put some money in savings, etc. You should know what that number is. And working backwards, you should be able to figure out how many people do you need buying XYZ program, product, widget in order to meet that number on a consistent basis. So since I don't directly have knowledge of your specific business, I'm just going to go with something that is pretty tried and true. If you were a creator, if you were an artist back in the day, you would need, they would say, 100 patrons. So this is 100 people who buy from you on a fairly consistent basis. And that would give you stability of income where you could really live your life, have time to be creative and have muses and insights and still produce the content that they were wanting to purchase. Do you have 100 patrons or whatever that figure is for you? And once you have those 100, that's what matters. Do you see how that's different than having 10,000 followers to unlock the swipe up feature in Instagram? You need 100 people, roughly, that are going to buy from you on a fairly consistent basis in the entire range of whatever it is that you offer. Okay, so it might be if you have all pretty much high-end offerings, you don't need 100. Maybe you only need 10 or 20. But again, we're using the 100 to be general here on what tends to work to have sustainability in a business. What's the other metric to keep an eye on? If you know how to reverse engineer to figure out how many patrons that you need to sustain yourself, there's also this other group that's kind of around the patrons. That's a really good idea to have because patrons come and patrons go. And it isn't that they decide they don't like your stuff anymore, though. That could be what it is. They could have had a negative experience in your community. There's all sorts of things that could have happened for a patron to be part of your community and then to leave. So you need to have a group that's coming in that could be patrons too. And this is where I look at 1,000 raving fans. You need people around you. That would include your 100 patrons, so like 900 extra people, so to speak. And again, the number doesn't necessarily have to be that high. What you're looking for in those 1,000 raving fans, again, you work the numbers the way you need to work them. You're looking for engagement. So it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 or 2,000 people, let's say, that are your fans on your Facebook fan page if they're not engaging with your content. If only 10 of them are engaging with your content on a consistent basis, you only have 10 raving fans. If you have 100,000 people who are subscribed to your Facebook channel, but on a regular basis you only have a couple of hundred people watching your videos, again, you only have a couple of hundred raving fans. So look at that on each of these platforms. It doesn't really matter in the big scheme of things to have those huge numbers. Those are vanity metrics. What really happens is across platforms that there is engagement. Even look at your email list. You know, I've had plenty of people that I've talked to, other coaches, other people that I've followed, and they're like, you've got to have a 10,000 person list in order to be sustainable. I am one of those people who do not believe you have to have 10,000 people on your email list to have a sustainable business. What I do believe is that you've got to have 1,000 raving fans on that email list, people who are constantly going in and they're opening your emails and they're commenting and they're showing up and they're sharing it with other people. If you have 1,000 of those, chances are out of that 1,000, you will have 100 of those patrons who are ready and willing to buy your stuff as soon as you put it out there. I said you didn't need a huge list, but you do need a list. Remember, when you're on any of these other social media platforms, you don't own that platform. You don't want to lose touch with your 1,000 raving fans or your 100 patrons because all you've ever done is communicate with them through social media. You want to get them on your email list, and if they're raving fans, if you put something out there, especially for free, they're going to grab it. And that's how you get them on your email list. And again, chances are you want to nurture those who would be your patrons in a different way, and that will happen again through your email list. And they're always in the know of when you're putting out something new. So I want to know in the comments below, what are you doing on a daily basis to cultivate that 1,000 raving fans and those 100 patrons? Are you out there engaging on social media? Are you speaking? Are you sending out emails? Are you having one-on-one conversations with people, whether it's in person or through the DMs. What are you doing to cultivate that relationship with 1,000 raving fans and your 100 patrons? Now, if you would like to become a raving fan of mine here on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And if you love this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know that this is the kind of content that you would like to see on this channel. And as you know, I like to hang out on Instagram, so go ahead, take a picture. Or maybe this one. And tag me on Instagram when you post. I'll be sure to shout you out and hit you up in your DMs to find out a little bit more about you. And with that, I say peace, joy, love to you. I'm sorry, I should not laugh at your pain, but you were trying to sass me and you just made your own head hurt.
I was rolling my eye too.
Yeah, you're rolling your eyes at your mother. And you triggered your migraine.